Hell yeah, Jamie. Welcome to the podcast.
What's up, brother?
Just chilling, my dude.
Finally made it.
Yes, sir. You got a water? We're good?
I got a water. I'm good. Yep.
Nice. Thanks for hanging with
Hell
me
yeah.
and Wilder there for a little
Yeah,
bit.
he's awesome.
My lady had a little conflict with her schedule, and I had to push the podcast back a little bit.
It's all good. Dad life.
My bad.
Dad life.
Yeah, so let's start at the top, my dude. Where'd you start skating? How'd you get your first board? Where'd we go from there?
So, started skating East Hartford, Connecticut, 6th grade.
Nice.
And like,
How old are you in 6th grade?
dude, I don't know.
Like 12?
Something
11?
like that. Yeah, 11, 12.
Yeah, maybe.
Something like that.
I don't even know.
Saw Ray Barbie on, I think it was Band This or something. And I was just like, I want to do that.
You like heel flips?
Dude, I love heel flips.
Back threes?
Heel flips are my go-to. Any type of heel flip, that was my thing.
That's it.
It's like I get them better than kick flips for some reason.
How'd you catch Ray Barbie in a video on the East Coast in this time? There's like nothing going on.
I bumped into a dude and he was like into skating and he had the VHS and I was like, dude, what? Like, who's this? Like, what? Like, and I knew of skating, but like seeing that is what like, holy shit, I want to do that.
Yeah,
And
Ray
it
Barbie
just-
is a classic.
dude,
The style and everything.
so
Trick
dope.
selection.
So dope.
It's a good first introduction.
He was giving props to Ironhide on his post one day, like a couple of weeks ago too. I was like, what?
Sick.
And I was like, let's go.
Yeah, Jamie started a brand called Ironhide.
I did.
So we'll come back to the beginning of
Yeah,
skating,
yeah.
but we might as well introduce the idea of why you started Ironhide. And
So
Where we're
Ironhide, I had a shop. I had a skate shop. And in 2010, called 860. And I just wanted to have a first shop in my town. And I was the only one besides, he was kind of different area, Skate Layer, Eric Monday.
Yep.
It's my homie.
Hell
And,
yeah. Shout out Monday.
Yeah, he's in Costa Rica right now.
Crazy.
So he's, but he was always that real shop guy, like, screwing, like he didn't like all the snowboard shops and all that.
Oh yeah.
So
I hung out with Eric for Fibro Days.
Oh yeah.
The demos and all that stuff.
At
with
the
him.
bowl and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Fucking legend.
Did a lot too. He did a lot for skating.
Yeah.
So
and
especially
a real ass human too.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Like nothing's fake about him.
Yeah.
He tried his best. We were talking earlier about shops being hard to like make it.
Yeah.
It's rent and all that costs, man. Kids don't got money.
And like just core skating too is
Yeah.
tough because it ebbs and flows.
Yep.
Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down.
That's how it was with my shop. I had it. It was going good. Kids loved it. Started kind of winding down, and at the same time, my buddy Tim Upson had a shop in Bristol, Connecticut, and we were going like back and forth. We were just doing it for fun, and then he came into my place, and we added everything with Benny Burgos. You know Benny.
Yeah.
So we tried to do a shop.
Well,
there.
you like consolidated the two
Yeah, we
shops?
brought it all together. So his was called Avid. So then we called it Avid 860.
Oh, right.
And we brought Baker Deathwish there because we know Jimmy and stuff. And it was during a hurricane. They all showed up. Lizard King, all them dudes, getting drunk, Dustin Dolan. Like,
That's the perfect people to hang out with in a hurricane.
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. It was nuts, dude. Pouring rain. Kids showed up. They loved it.
Fuck yeah.
It was sick. And then we went to Bristol and skated that bowl and stuff. Like, Benny was there, like, cleaning the deck and everything because of all the rain.
Yep.
Brought all his gear, so. But it was just like, kids, they didn't have money, dude. It's hard to pay rent and, keep up with a shop.
Yeah.
So we were doing it for fun. We had jobs and everything. And we kind of like started realizing there was like 3 heads in one. It was not working. It was just like,
Too many
it was just
chefs.
too much.
Yeah.
It was kind of killing the fun of what we wanted to do. So we all went. I stayed on a little longer. Then I just shut it down. I was doing a ton of events though, and it was fun to be able to do that. I did a lot for the kids. A lot of the kids that grew up skating still now in that area remember my shop. Like we talked about Mikey Sanchez. He was a kid when at my shop hanging out.
That's crazy.
It was crazy, yeah. And so he's like, "You're still doing it?" So then years later, I was like, "Dude, I need to do a brand. Like I need something for Hartford like that represents what I believe in." Like, and I just came up with the name Ironhide, just tough skin. Tough shit, like
Yeah.
how we grew up skating, like sleeping on benches to skate at park, and like I was traveling at 15 years old, New York subway. Like I wouldn't let my kids go now.
Yeah,
Like, hell
yeah.
no, dude. Like
Well, yeah, I feel like nowadays everything's so fucking
different.
sensitive. Yeah.
you can't. Like
the whole
it's
world.
crazy too. Like I mean, we could have got fucked up back then too, but it's crazy now. Like now it's nuts.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I started that, and I reached out to Tato because you were doing his loaner boards.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I want somebody like legit, like where I can get boards from. And he was like, dude, my buddy Anthony. And I'm shitty with names, so your name didn't click right away. I was like, oh, cool, I'll reach out. Then when I saw your face, I was like, oh, I know fucking this dude. We bumped heads a few times, like back in the day. Like,
Totally.
I was like, yeah, hell yeah, let me see what I can do. And I reached out, and that was it.
Yeah, and we've been doing boards for you now for a little while, and it's been going good. You've been moving through the boards and building a team, and
it's got its struggles, but I've only been doing it since June 6th was the first board drop release, so it's like that first year is going to be getting your name out.
By doing good, I just mean like you're laying the groundwork. You're doing what it takes to make it happen, because it's definitely a hustle. Like it's not like you're coming in with it's not like we're coming in with huge budgets and people backing us and all like superstar team. It's like, no, this is from the ground up. Someone has to build the fucking foundation 100%. To keep it growing. You know? Yeah. And
I'm sure you get it. You got two companies, like, and you're doing stuff with World, like. The kids ask me all the time, can I be on? Dude, I'd love to put everybody on. But it's just not, I can't do it.
That's how things go out of business.
Exactly.
You can just like, that's what we were talking about. You were asking about Edge a little bit. And I was like, yeah, well, they run it like a fucking business. And they have the ability with the park, they can tap into like BMX and scoot money too, you know?
Yeah.
So I've always applauded Dave and Carol, who own the Edge, because they ran it like a business. Yeah. Because I've seen too many parks/shops go out of business because skaters run it, and they run it like, discounts, discount this, discount, you're my homie, and then all the skaters will take advantage of that, and then the shit's out of business, and it's like, well, what the fuck were we doing this for? Just to hook everyone up and then go out of business? And then nobody
knows you afterward.
And then we don't have anything, and you're just back to square one. Like, I applaud, like, the Edge, Dave and Carol, for like sticking to it and being like, no, we got to raise prices. We got to raise prices. Like, we got to be realistic about it, because it's sick. Hard. It's
the place has been
thing.
There for a while.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know. There's a lot of things that happen like that,
Yeah.
And it's not like, a lot of shops come in and out too, And sometimes sometimes the skater running it, it's their fault, and other times it's not. Shit just happens. They're in a bad location.
It's not.
Someone breaks in and
it's
steals
not as
shit.
easy as I was in West Hartford, and they were like. Skating is like, oh, you hoodlums, like, and like the borderline is Hartford, where I could have did anything I wanted.
Yeah.
And I fought them tooth and nail, but I was bringing a good thing. Moms would drop their kids off at my shop to watch videos, like a daycare. And I was like, so I did a lot. So many people were like, hey man, like, you don't even know, having a shop here, I'm starting to skate again because of you. Yeah. So it felt good to do that.
Shit can be life changing for someone.
For sure.
Like for me, when I first found a skate shop, it changed my whole life.
Dude.
Found Solstice Skate Shop, and I was like lost and fucking on my own. Yeah. And those dudes just like took me in as like,
that's sick,
family.
Yeah.
And to me, that's
everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
Literally.
We did that with the playground. Tony Da Silva.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bruna and her whole family. Tony, Bruna. Bruna was like our mother.
Hell yeah.
So it was like me, Ups, and Greco. Like, we all grew up there. That was like home.
Yeah.
And she, same thing. It was like the Edge. Playground was pretty big. She was doing the NSA Pro contest, all that 411 stuff. That was all there. Like, Eric Costin, all them dudes are there. And it was just like, but like our group was like, that was home. And then when she closed it, it was like, fuck, like, what do we do?
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool because that paved the way for everybody there. Like, Upson got sponsored, Greco got sponsored, Huff, Keenan, Gino, like all them dudes are like, come up and visit. But so they were established already. When that place closed, it was like, all right, now we're doing our thing, but it was sad to see it go though. It was like, that was an everyday thing for me and Tim, like, and Greco and shit. We were just there all the time.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, there's some legendary people like that open up places like that, and then they really help people out. Like, I'm thinking about Wendy and Roger that opened a spot in Wareham.
Yeah.
They did the skate shop.
Yep.
And that was where we'd go. And they literally opened a skate shop in a house, and they put ramps in their parking lot, and that's how it started. And that's where me and Westgate started.
Yeah.
And then they moved it to a small strip mall, and they put it in a building that, like, it's not, the ceilings were so low, so they had to build everything so low, but they had a skate shop and a little park inside. And it was just like a mom, dad with multiple kids.
Yeah.
And they just running this small business somehow. And because of them, like, me and Westgate got sponsored.
That's sick.
Like, think about that.
Yeah.
Like, especially Westgate.
Yeah, them downsizing, just stay afloat.
Yeah.
Put people on.
And then look what Westgate's done and everything. And it's like, because of a mom and dad.
Exactly.
And they did a small business. They had to close it up. But
Bruna did the same thing.
Yeah.
Double warehouse down to like a little shop with a little skate thing to a boutique store. And then it was just like, and we were just skating a curb out front. Yeah. And we were just like, what the fuck happened? Like, but she was trying. She kept trying. But she had kids that were like just, trashing her too. She had kids break in there and steal shit before, and we're just like, what the fuck, dude?
It's crazy how like the own community will turn on shops and shit.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Like jealousy and shit like that.
She was in Wallingford, Connecticut too, which is kind of like where her shop was on Main Street. Was like they didn't want skating there. Yeah. When she had the park, she could do whatever she wanted. Yeah. It was an industrial area, just like the Edge, so she could do whatever.
Yeah. Wait, so that was like your stomping ground. So let's go back to the beginning. So you got into skating. Who'd you meet as like your crew?
So
how'd you progress?
I started skating like that. I started just skating streets of Hartford, stuff like that, and then finding out like, oh, there's a park in Wallingford. My dad would drive me out there, and he would drive me out there in a Camaro, little Z28. I still got it.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it's an 84 Camaro.
Is the original one that he had?
Original, same everything. Dope. Same mileage, 135,000 miles.
Did he hand it down to you?
Yeah, he passed away 2 years ago. And actually, it'll be 4 now. My mom's going on 3. She passed away in November 2 years ago. So, but yeah, I got that. He used to drive me down there and then I would go there and I started linking up with like all the locals there. And then it was like 2 times a week. Then it was the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Then I linked up with Upson. And we were just like, I mean, he's like a year or 2 older than me, but like, he's just like, that's my brother. Like we lost our family together, like mom, dad, like he's got kids, I got kids. Like it's we could not see each other for 5 years and it's just, what's up?
I love those homies.
I don't even look at him as a friend. He's my brother. Like, he's up in New Hampshire and we just like, I'll shoot up their property. So that connection, I've known him over 30 something years. Something happened. We hooked up. And we were just like roughing it together, drinking beers, getting one, just being pains in the asses. And then
you met him like when he was just a kid. No sponsors.
No sponsors. Yeah, no sponsors at all. And then I think Bruno was the one that kind of paved that way, talked to John and was like, hey, you got to check this kid out. He's sick. And
John Blackwell.
Lucero, yeah. And then Gino, I think, was already on. And then I think he got his pro board. And then he bounced and went to 101. But Tim stayed on, then he turned pro. But I was just with him all the time, and then Greco and all them guys. And
everyone's from CT.
It's crazy, yeah.
Why is that? Is it from that park, you think? Or
I don't know. It was definitely
what was the spark? Because like it's weird,
It was in that area, it was one of the best parks around.
Yeah.
She had a 6 street course. In the original days, it was like a bowl ramp behind a 6-foot spine and a vert ramp and like a micro ramp and like a strip of like a box.
That's all you need.
She knocked the wall down and opened up the whole other side where like Danny Wade did that backside 360 over the pyramid. I seen a lot of shit go down there. Like, Cardiel, Sheffy, like all kinds of shit.
That's so crazy.
It was a wild contest.
They were just inviting teams to roll through like that?
Well, that was the NSA Pro contest.
You were saying that.
Yeah, but she did a demo too. She had Jason Lee, and when he had that company Blue, she had him come through. She had a few people there.
That's epic.
And then dudes would just show up like out of the blue, like all the dudes from New York, Huff and all them would just come up, before they were sponsored, and then they got sponsored.
Why'd she do the park?
Tony, her son skated.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Tony Da Silva. Yeah,
sorry, that's right.
Yeah. And he was sick. Tony is a sick skater.
Oh, tray flips.
Yeah, everything. Yeah. And he got on Planet Earth and then Foundation later. But
Tony came on the podcast actually.
Was he?
Yeah.
Nice. Good shit.
Years ago.
Yeah, he's out in Cali.
Yeah. What's he doing for work? Do you know?
I don't know. I know he's.
I gotta go back and listen to the podcast or hit him up.
He's doing I texted him the other day. We text and he's doing good. He's definitely doing really good.
That's awesome.
I was texting you about Matt O'Brien.
Yep.
That's another one. Brian Gaberman.
Matt O'Brien, Planet Earth, Rhythm. Well, how do I know Matt O'Brien?
Venture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Street Corner.
Yeah.
When it was around. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And then I remember Moose.
Yeah.
Hubba.
Yeah.
He hooked me up when I had my shop. He gave me a bunch of Hubba and Think shit.
Hubba was awesome because
so pornographic. Yeah, dude, that's all it was, dude.
Nowadays they get fucking protested
dude,
against.
You couldn't even sell a set of wheels, dude.
Which is crazy.
Like, oh,
people clearly want to buy that shit.
Dude, that shit sold at
little boys still want to buy that
Spitfire, Hubba. Kids were like, oh, look at that. I want that. Some fucking wheels like pink, blue, purple. I'm like, they just want the picture, the sticker it came with.
Yeah.
Like, or the shirt. The shirt with the chick on it. I'm like, oh my God, dude.
Did Shorty start that craze probably with Rosa? Remember? The hard
Rosa, dude. All naked in the thing. That was I was like, Rosa.
It was, hey.
You see her now though? She's all, it's crazy. She's all old and shit.
Flowers wilt.
So hot though.
Flowers wilt.
She was so hot.
Smoke show.
Yeah. Gagney used to go to that park too.
Yeah, shout out.
Donnie.
Yeah.
Donnie. Oh,
of
man.
Of course,
man.
right?
All of them.
Donnie's from Connecticut, right?
Groton.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
I always associated him with Rhode Island because he's lived there for so long. But
Brian Anderson.
BA.
Yeah, he was there. Dude, the people I used to see there before, like, it's just crazy. So you talk to people like, how do you know these people? Like, even you. I was like, how do you know these people? I'm like, dude, the skate world back then was even tighter than it is now.
Oh, way tighter.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, then we'd go to New York and skate. Me and Tim jump on a train and go to New York and hook up with like Harold Hunter, Ricky Iola.
Yeah.
You know, them dudes.
Back then, if you found someone that shared the same passion and love for skating or just was sparked on, you're like, I'm hanging on. We're best friends.
That's
now.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's abundance. Everywhere.
Yeah.
Which I got what I wanted, but it's also like there's pros and cons.
And it was different, dude. Shops, board companies, like there was like beefs.
Yeah.
Now it's like everyone's in love and like, hey, which is cool. I get it, but
they pretend to be.
I like that. Like I miss that old. That's why when I did Ironhide, I was like, nah, man, we gotta keep this shit raw and tough. And
I've always loved hip hop because of that battle element.
That's right. That's why when you see my posts and stuff, it's all like Mobb Deep, Onyx. Like that's my era. That's what I'm gonna keep it as.
It's like Clash of the Styles.
Yeah.
Like
you can put what you want in a video part, but like when I do my things, it's gonna be like that.
Yeah. Dope.
You know, like I like that old shit. 90s, 2000.
Of course.
You know that era. There's no era like it, man.
My first album ever was 36 Chambers.
Oh yeah.
So start with Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
and
Wu-Tang.
From there, gangster rap and the 90s and DMX.
Now it's like I don't even know what the hell they're saying now. It's like mumble rap.
A lot of trash out there.
Pills and scissor. I don't know.
You gotta wait. There's some amazing shit, but
you gotta like look for it.
Yeah, you gotta fucking beat the shitty.
You know who I like? Who's up this way is in Boston is Millie's.
Millie's?
That white dude is all tattooed up.
I don't even. I'm kind of out of loop with hip hop.
He's just like covered in tattoos, head tattoos. White dude. He's like down with Jadakiss and stuff.
Oh, dope.
He's sick though. He's nasty.
I think my friend sent me something of him.
Yeah,
I have to.
He's like gangster as fuck too. Like yeah,
that's sick.
It's pretty cool. So I don't know. Yeah, just doing the company, man. It's it feels good. Like I'm able to give these kids like cheaper boards and stuff like that. Like my riders don't pay for nothing, obviously, but like kids in the area, Hartford, they're broke, dude. Like them kids are like, and a lot of their parents, like they look at them like, nah, you should be playing football, basketball. Like these kids, they don't like it.
Yeah,
you can't like force them, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I got to sell a kid a board for $25, whatever it costs me, I'm happy with it. I got a good job.
Yeah,
I'm happy with it. So
yeah, when you reached out, you were like, look, this is gonna be from the ground up, and I'm just trying to do some cool stuff with it. And like you had like the right spirit of how to start it, you know. If
I make money at it, like even a little bit, that's fine. But if I don't and it just keeps running, if it pays for itself, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
I'll do it for as long as I can.
It's the funnest shit in the world.
It keeps me like grounded too. My family knows I'm a fucking maniac. Like if I'm not going 100 miles an hour, shit happens. Yeah. Like, I've been shot at people. Like I've been, I had 2 years ago, I had a hairy one. I shouldn't even be here right now.
Oh man.
It was bad. But, they know I'm like that too. I'm very, really protective of friends and family. And, they know I'm like that. So it's like, it keeps me for a while. I was like, dude, what are you doing? You got so much shit to lose, and doing the company kind of like keeps that balance where it keeps me out of trouble. But, I also had to realize like, cause I was like, not being focused. I was like trying to be too good. Like, all right, stay out of trouble so you don't lose everything.
Yeah.
Then I realized I'm like, dude, that's who I am. Like, so I still got that. It doesn't take much to set me off, but I'm always in a good mood. You always see me like that. But I'm like, when it comes to like, I don't like bullies and like, I don't like people shitting on my family and, and stuff like that. Then I snap and it's like, it's a whole nother me. Yeah. And it's just like, I think realizing that I'm like that makes it easier to deal with. And I'm like, you know what?
Oh, definitely.
I'm cool. If I try to hide it and not be that person, I'm all like,
you'll be repressed.
It's just weird. I just feel wrong. But I mean, obviously, I don't want to be out there shooting people. But like, if I have to, I will. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But like, I just don't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like family. I'm tight with everything. That's why I look at the team as like a family. Like, try to keep. We're tight. We're super tight. Yeah. You know, you got 2 companies, and you know all your boys are tight with you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do it, you gotta make sure you know the people around you, and they gotta be in it on it. Because like, there's a lot of people out there that are like, they want to be down, but they really just want a free handout, and then they turn on you real quick. And they're talking shit, and you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I try to help you out, you know.
It's so weird. Yeah.
It's crazy if you don't. You gotta watch your circle for sure.
And you're doing it on a bigger scale, so you're like, you know, this is a business for you too. So you gotta like. Play both fields, you know. You got to be like, all right, hey man, but I got a mouth to feed too.
Yeah, you know? There's a balance, man. Because the way it's crazy because people look at what I do and it's like, it's a bigger scale for sure, but it's still like, you know, small business, you know. So, but I'm good at marketing and
you enjoy it too, and you come from a good era, you know, being pro and all that stuff. So like.
Oh, I think that's what gives me an advantage. Like, I wouldn't have been able to grow this to the point where I'm at if I wasn't marketed by Birdhouse, Zoo York. Like, for years, I just had these corporations, like, well, not so much Birdhouse, but Zoo York and World Industries, just putting cash into branding me and marketing me to the skate world through magazines and videos and touring and even Fibro, just word of mouth, like meeting people at shops and all this stuff. So all of that being pro to like where I come out with a board company, it's like I already got a jump on someone, you know, because it's like I have that name recognition. So like I'm really grateful for all that opportunity, you know.
Yeah.
So it gave me an advantage for sure when I started, but we still had to grind it.
Oh, for sure.
Because people don't know the name of the brand at first, and then they don't, you know, bring it into the shop. They're like, I don't know if I'm actually going to be able to sell it. Like, you just got to grind it out for years and years and years. It's a hard bit. Skateboarding in general is a hard business.
Definitely.
You just got to really give a fuck about skateboarding, and you got to really enjoy what you're doing. Yeah. And then you can do it over time. It'll grow, you know? Yeah. Some people get lucky and they come out the gates and they hit something that sells amazingly, you know? But
they throw up a logo and it's like, oh, it bites. But, like, I like doing it for, like, the streets. That's what I'm doing it for, you know what I mean? Like, because I know my options with the skate shop. Because they were like, oh, can you open up another one? I'm like, I don't even want to go down that road. Yeah. So I was like, let me do this brand.
It's even harder nowadays to do it like that.
It is, internet,
retail online.
There's a buy online, like, doop.
Everywhere,
you know? And then, like, you know,
games change.
Having a skate park near your shop is a plus, but if you don't, no one's going to drive out there.
East Coast, winters and shit, it's even harder.
Yeah, especially winter. Oh, man.
Yeah, and if you want to keep it just skateboarding, that's even
and that's what I was doing. And it was like, winter came and it was like...
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got to pick your battles with that. And unfortunately, I lost that one. I was like, but I did good. So it was like,
how long in total was the shop going for?
Like 5 years.
With it consolidated with the homies and stuff?
Yeah, like 5 years.
Is a good run.
Yeah, especially in the area where it was. It was like 5 years, something like that.
Yeah, that's sick.
But
it's probably hard just having to close up shop, though.
It sucked because it was a home for kids, and I realized that. I was like, man, these cats what are they gonna do now? And dude, a lot of them fell off, stopped skating, and it was sad to see because some of them were like good, and they just went another route, you know, just started partying and shit or working and, you know, doing their own thing. Yeah. So that sucked, but then I was like, let me do this brand, and it's something I can do creatively and help out too. Yeah. So it's kind of, you know, it was definitely made an impact so far. It's helping out a lot of kids, I think.
Well, I admire that you took an L and like are not giving up, because that's how you succeed, is not giving
fun,
up.
Dude.
Yeah,
it's
fun
keep going. Too. I always get ideas, like, you know, we talk about like the graphics and like keeping like the staple one going, and then they pepper in some graphics here and there. But I like that. It's the artistic, the creativeness of it.
Oh, it's the best part. The best part.
You know, you put out a board and the cat's like, oh, it's a good feeling.
It's a cool feeling to see like a shop have it or someone skating it.
Yeah, it's when I see pictures of it, it's like crazy too. It's like, you know. But I was glad Tato linked me up with you, because it's like I know what you're doing, and it's like I always feel like, you know, it's umbrella type of thing. I was like, yo, ride those boards. Like if you're out there and the board breaks, make sure you get a spare, like, you know, just, you know, like, so that's cool, because I see what you're doing and it's awesome.
Yeah, and I appreciate the support, because like is strength in numbers. You know?
For sure.
But enough of us real people out there that really love skating and grew up on skating, like we both did. It's not like you're some business dude that's like, oh, like that's why I started All I Need initially. Was like the whole thing was like, I need skateboarding in my life.
Yeah.
Like my story is my mom was on drugs my whole life. My dad died when I was 12. He had gang violence. He was a motorcyclist and all this crazy shit. Found skateboarding at 12. Literally, like, you've seen Wilder looking at Elmo and at skateboards. Like, I focused on fucking skateboarding like he focused on Elmo. Sick. And just, like, it changed all the fucking gray skies to blue. Like, overnight.
It does with a lot of people.
So, like, all I need was, like, the realization. It was actually, I started it right when Zoo York was starting to, like, I was supposed to be pro for Zoo York. I had been working like for years and years, and I've always been upfront about my ambitions with skating. Yeah. Unlike other people in the industry at the time, like everyone tried to just play it cool, like they didn't care, and they would just get like sponsors, and it's like whatever. You know? No. I was never like that, which I don't know. There's pros and cons to both approach, but I was always from like, I'm like, look, dude, I literally sleeping on people's couches. I need to work hard, or I'm gonna be homeless. Yeah. So I fucking hustled my ass off, and I tried to enjoy skating the whole time, and I did. I loved it, but I also took it like a work. I treat it like work. Yeah. Because I'm like, yo, these people are filming me. Yeah. These people are giving me free product. My job. Yeah. Yeah. Like I gotta get shit done and make. And back then it was like a lot of pressure too, because people are just skating bigger and bigger shit, and they're just like, I'm risking my health. So, but I wanted to do it because I'm like, I love skating. I get high off of skating big rails and gaps and shit. But I also like really want to be pro. Yeah. A lot of people around me were like, thought I was a kook because I was like direct about what I wanted and how I was going about it,
People hate when you have a dream and when your goals, because they're not doing that.
I didn't have the luxury like a lot to around me where they had parents that were paying for all their shit and like taking them places. I was literally asking for help and like not like I wanted help, but I also didn't want it for free. Like, I always had that mentality like, yo, I've had handouts my whole life, but I try to be a good person and I try to work and wash the dishes if you feed me and shit like that. Like, try to be a good human because I know, like, it costs them some. Yeah, exactly. And they're being kind to me. Yeah. I stayed on a lot of... I've got taken in by families and shit, so, like, my whole upbringing, like, I had issues on Zoo York and even Birdhouse with some of the riders because I was like a jock to them, but I wasn't trying to be a jock, but I was just focused and I knew it was an almost impossible task. It was almost an impossible task to like go pro. Yeah. And I'm like, you guys don't understand where I came from is not the same place. Exactly. So, but yeah, so then Zoo York, it happened was like, they were like blowing smoke on my ass saying I was going to go pro. Yeah. And they put it in print. One of the magazines, I had an interview, and the opening paragraph was the newest pro, and then it just lingered on for months, like no board. So then I was like, fuck, dude, like I kind of was like really excited. They built this up, like I did all this work. So then I was like, I'm just gonna start my own brand. Yeah, fuck it. Like if I can't, like I put out this part with State of Mind. Yeah, wrote for Tony Hawk's company. Did all this shit, traveled the fucking country with Fibro, met every shop owner, every kid, like demoed with them, sweat with them. I was like, I'm just going to start my own shit. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll do it myself, you know? And so I did. I started with just T-shirts. But the idea was I was like kind of having a crisis because I was like, I put in all this work. I tried to play the game. Yeah. Now it's not working. And I got let down, and I was young, so I'm like fucking kind of bummed.
You're going to try to figure it out.
Yeah, so I was like, all that kept coming to my head was like, what do I really need? Like, what do I really need? Like, if all shit falls apart, like, what do I need to focus on? And it always came down to friends. It came down to family, friends, and skateboarding. Yeah. All I need. That was like the things that would just repeat in my head. Like, if I secure these things in life, I'll be fine. Yeah. I could overcome anything. Yep. Because skateboarding always carried me through, and my friends and family have been there, you know? So I was like... And that was where the idea came, and I was like, I'm just calling it All I Need.
Just do that, yeah.
And then I'm gonna show people what it is.
And it's, man, it's good. So, and then you did Spare after. Yeah. So,
yeah, Spare.
It's fucking.
That's awesome. My friend Nick Barth is an awesome artist. He does the art for all three brands. Dude,
the Skippy one is.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the Spare deck where Grandma's having a good time with peanut butter and her dog, dude, you should check that one out. I saw that
first graphic. I was like, this dude's bugging. Yeah. I liked it though. I like shit like that.
Yeah, we
you see all the anti-hero graphics like back in the day, they're even worse, dude. Like, you know, so it's like
We came out the gates hot with Spare.
I like that one.
To the point where like people love it, but they won't even carry it because it's too raw. People are so sensitive.
Now, dude, you met the shit back then.
I know,
bro.
I know.
Bruna had a board at the playground. I forgot who it was. It was Beauty and the Beast, and the Beast was like railing it from behind.
Fuck yeah.
Her daughter loved Beauty and the Beast. Was like, I want that board, and Bruna's like, shit. No, like because you couldn't really tell, and then you could look. You're like, no, you're not having that board.
Look away.
But that was like, dude, the blind fucked up kids graphics.
Oh yeah.
You can't put that shit in there now.
Different times.
Way different times.
I'm hoping it comes back.
That was the best series ever, dude.
Yeah. I'm hoping this culture swings back.
Yeah, dude, stop being so sensitive.
Because it goes one way and everyone gets super... It's because of the internet. The internet comes in, everyone's connected, and then we get to see all aspects of life.
I was seeing some weird stuff. Like when I would post like something, somebody will send me something, and I'll post it, like a clip of them, and it's like, I'll get a text or a DM like, I filmed that. You didn't... I'm like, dude, God. I don't fucking know, dude. Like, they're giving me something. I'm gonna share it. Like,
I dealt with the same.
I'm like, dude, like, don't come at me like that because I like what I want. I'm like, I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at being like, oh, I got you. Don't worry about it. Tag them, whatever. But I'm like, dude, you don't really want me to say what I'm about to say. Like, I'm like, bite my tongue. I'm like, come on, man.
Dude, over the years, I've had people get butthurt because I didn't tag them with
over the dumbest stuff. Dude, I'm like,
and it's happened to me. Like, I've filmed tons of shit. And
I don't even mean to do it. Like, we never did that though. Back in the day when people film us, we were just happy to get filmed.
Well, it's just impossible too because people change their Instagram handles so much. There's like, who am I thinking of? Oh, my friend Gage. He's the man. And he films. He films a lot of Evan.
Okay.
And he got mad at me because I didn't tag him. Fuck you, Gage. I love you, but fuck you, bro.
Yeah.
And, dude, he changes his fucking Instagram handle.
So
you
can't see the name, the pictures. Like
he's changed it 20 times. So, like, the handle I knew is no longer a profile, and it's a new fucking handle. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not like I can't fucking keep up with you.
I try to stay on top of it, dude. I'm like good with it. Like I try to do the little ads and stuff, and like, that was the thing I do with mine. Like when I put a rider, I'll do like it almost when you go to my page, it looks like a magazine ad.
Yeah, I like that.
So I'm like trying to do that. Like I like the way it looks. Put their name, little background, like try to do it.
It's good to do that too because it's more official than just some random thing. It separates it. It curates it as a brand instead of just like this is an account that posts skateboarding. This is a branded account, and it makes those riders feel like they're part of it. You know
when I add the new riders on, I'll put like the ammo in the back because it's like the new ammo for the. That's what I did with the hardware company. So I started doing Ironhide hardware too.
Fuck yeah.
It's affordable to do, and you can put other riders on from other companies.
Yep, exactly.
And that's pretty great. That's why I got Joshua.
Yep.
And Josh and Bryce and who is it? Actually, Bryce he's more like I still send him stuff, but he's supposed to be getting stuff from Goodson.
Yeah.
Sway.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know,
Young Sway.
Yeah, Denzi, Mikey.
Yep.
The Franco. The hardware team is pretty hard.
Stacked.
Yeah, it's pretty stacked. They're dope, man. They're dope.
That's all killers.
Yeah, all heavy hitters.
Yeah,
you know, so it's fun too. It's fun. We got shirts coming out and stuff. So like I've been giving them shirts. Yeah, a few shirts. We got some new ones coming out tomorrow, like Halloween type color ones.
Dope.
With the brass knuckles, kind of like Shetler stuff.
Yeah.
You know, Aragonde.
What are you doing for work?
What I do for my job?
Yeah, like 9 to 5.
Raytheon Aerospace.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like missiles defense and shit.
I did a demo for them once.
Really?
Yeah, when I wrote for Tony Hawk, they flew us into like an army base.
Yeah.
On the single engine planes.
Yeah, so I'm up in Windsor.
All right.
Yeah, across from Bradley.
I got paid like $1,500.
Dude, it's
as an amp.
They got money.
Yeah.
Oh, they got money.
Oh, I mean,
I make good money there.
The missiles.
Dude, it's crazy, dude. Some of the contracts they get are nuts.
What are you doing for them?
So I build like heater and air conditioner cores for like Boeing and like F-16s and stuff like that.
How'd you get into that? How did that lead to that?
So I worked at a explosives place, a mining explosives place, making detonators and shit.
Whoa.
Yeah, and where was that? Simsbury, Connecticut.
All right.
Buddy of mine left the job to go get a supervisor position over there. And I'm like, dude, you know, when you can get me out of this fucking place, it sucks. This is like the most miserable job I've ever had. It blew. It was horrible. Money was okay, but it was just a nightmare, bro.
Why?
We would sit across from each other for 8 hours all day like this behind a plexiglass and do detonators and pass it back and forth and then switch. It was just slave labor, like bro. It was just boring, dude.
Mindless work, yeah.
Yeah, so you'd leave. No set schedule either. First, second, third shift on Monday, Tuesdays, third shift, Wednesdays, second. Like I was fucked up, dude.
Did you not to derail, so let's go back, but did you graduate high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that was it. As far as I was gonna wrestle, I could have wrestled and went to Iowa for wrestling.
I could see that.
And that was like, I don't want to be stuck in Iowa. And I was like, my grades suck too. Like, I'm going to go out there and fail. And my parents owe like 60 grand for, and blow that. I was like, oh, I'm going to skate and just fucking party. Like, whatever. And I was like, I'll get a job, and did a lot of construction, like demo work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that was really it. And then started getting down to that road. And
how do you end up working at Raytheon with just a high school diploma?
So they'd take anyone there.
Really?
They train you.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
All right.
So when he got in, he called me right up and he was like, dude, give me your application. And knowing somebody there, put you right at the top.
Wow.
Everybody there, dude, you walk by, their cousins work there, their friends, their brother, their sister. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then they put work out for people like you if you wanted a job.
Yeah.
Drop my name,
Chew.
Yeah, it was dope. They pay good. You get triple pay for holidays.
Oh, sick.
It's nuts.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah. It's a good place to work. It's not hard work. Everyone's pretty chill.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good solid, like, I worked at UPS before too. That place sucks.
UPS.
Me and Upson, we worked together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I knew that for some
reason. He was a loader and I was like an unloader and stuff in Hartford.
Yeah.
And he stayed with it for a while. I don't know if he's still doing part-time now, but up in New Hampshire. But he was a mailman too. He was a mailman. I was a mailman. He was a UPS dude. I was a UPS dude.
Dang.
It was crazy.
Mailman.
Yeah, man. I was 5 years. I was a mailman.
That's sick.
Yeah, it was a dope job.
I'm trying to think of that book. There's like a book of like maybe Hunter S. Thompson or someone wrote, where he's just a mailman.
Yeah.
So he's just going around fucking ladies and shit.
Dude, man, it's wild. I would pull up on like houses and the moms that were there were just, dude, so flirty.
Yeah.
Dads are at work. They're in like robes. I'm like, hey, get out of here. I'm going to deal with this shit. Take your mail, trying to get me fired. Like, you know what I mean? Crazy stories. I had a bunch of crazy stories about that place, man. It's nuts, man.
Post office?
Yeah, everyone thinks it's great. You got to be there like 10 years, though, to be making serious bank.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're just walking in the rain and the snow and just fucking hating life.
Yeah.
But
that makes sense.
But it was pretty dope, dude. I found weed on one of my routes.
What?
2 pounds of weed.
Where?
In my truck.
It was in your truck?
Yeah, man.
Oh, like someone was shipping it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. Dude.
How'd you find it? You sniff it out?
Dude, we could smell it in the warehouse when we were loaded. And I'm like, yo, I know there's weed in here. Like, sure enough, I get in my truck after loading, and it's like, I'm like, oh shit, it's my truck.
You got that stank.
Oh yeah, dude, it was crazy. You got to report it and shit like that. And it was like a big. They tried to get me involved into like set the dude up. They're like, all right, we need you to deliver this box to this house this day. And I'm like, bro,
I don't get paid enough.
I'm like, I'm not getting shot for this fucking shit. Like, you guys are gonna come out and rush it. They were just like, we just need to know if it's a legit address. It's crazy. Like, you have to do that stuff though. Like, I mean,
government employee.
Yeah,
dude.
man. Like, so it was wild.
That's so crazy.
I got in my truck right away. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, all right, man, this shit stinks. They're gonna pull me over and be like, "You're high on the job." Like, what?
It's you.
Yeah, man. I was like, it's not me.
Damn, I probably would have pocketed it somehow, though.
Man, that's another story. That's another story.
Kind of got to at some
all right,
time.
man, you gotta pay the bills, dog. But yeah, I could go deeper than that, but like, we'll leave it at that.
Don't incriminate yourself.
Nah, I'm good. That was, man, I can't even imagine this shit. I remember hearing a dude was like, they were interviewing a drug dealer dude, and he was like, post office is my best carrier. They were my middleman.
Yeah.
I'm like, can imagine. Pills and shit, all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I can only imagine what gets through the fucking radar.
Guaranteed, yeah.
Yeah, it's insane, man.
It was wild. And
we were talking earlier, and you were bringing up Greco, and you were going to tell me a story.
Oh, dude. So at the playground, me and him were young. Like, we're like the same age. But we were like...
How young? What are we talking?
14, 15.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I'm small as it is, but like, we were small compared to everybody else.
Fucking delinquents.
So bad, dude. So bad. We got into so much shit. One of them, during a pro contest too, we it was me, Greco, Upson, forgot who else, but we busted open soda machines and stole all the sodas. And we had the pro contest. We had a barrel filled with all, and we were selling them at the park.
Entrepreneurs.
Yeah, like James Couch coming up buying grape sodas and shit. I was like, yeah.
Shout out James.
Garbage can, yeah, Big Dirty. And so there was this one time we were in a elevator, and it was like evening time. So there's this couple, there's a girl and a guy, and they had all white on. They were like going to some party, white jeans, white whatever. And Greco had this, he starting shit, you know, we're in an elevator. The fucking door's open, and I remember Jimmy turning around. He had the thing at low main, fucking blasted the dude and the girl covered.
For no reason?
Dude, just starting shit in an elevator, and the guy's like, fuck you, little shit, and whatever. And we're like, fuck you, and like whatever. And turned around and blasted him with low main all over their white shit. And we dipped out. We have shit like that happen at Taco Bell. We always had the up, though, because we had like Big Tim, like dudes like that. This dude Dave, we called him Camaro Dave. Big dudes, like 6'2", like, you know, we always had, so we were with them thinking like, fuck you, they'll kick your ass.
Yeah.
No one's gonna hit a kid, so we could get away with shit.
And Big Tim's built like a refrigerator.
Yeah, he's huge. Yeah. So we were like, anybody that was with us older, they would always defend us.
Yeah.
It's fucking little shits. We fucking start in trouble.
Low main's the worst thing to get blasted by.
On all white. We're talking white jeans, you know, white button down, you know, some silky white shit.
That's fucked
Dude was a douchebag, though. I don't even remember what the argument was about, but it was funny as fuck.
I actually have a similar story. When I rode for Birdhouse, we went on, we were in Arizona or New Mexico, one of those hot-ass states where it's dry as shit and there's tweakers around. And I'm with, like, the whole crew, the whole... I told this on the podcast before, but whatever. You're hearing it again. And we have a 16-passenger van because I rode for Birdhouse, and Tony Hawk lent us, like, he gave us a van with a gas card.
Oh, nice.
So that was like the perks of riding for Birdhouse.
Yeah.
And they paid our apartment. Like, we had an apartment,
Sweet.
They paid the bill. So literally, I didn't get paid when I rode for Birdhouse.
But you had the perks. Though.
Yeah, but I got like a free apartment with all the AMs.
Yeah.
16-passenger van with the gas card. So we do these trips to like Arizona and New Mexico, and we go out there and stack clips. And this was around the time when Brian Sumner was going through his like conversions.
Sumner, yeah.
He was like he was becoming religious.
Yeah.
He was finding Jesus, and he was conflicted because he like didn't want to trespass and like all these things. Like he like realized he was doing that he didn't want to do anymore because he was religious, you know.
Yeah.
And he was like in the middle of it. He was kind of losing his mind, to be honest. He was definitely losing his mind. I love Brian.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's fucking one of the best.
Sumner's a good dude.
I lived with him when I actually first moved to California. He let me sleep at his house. He had his family, his wife, and his kids, and he just let me sleep there.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, just stay for like a month or whatever.
Yeah.
But so we're on this trip and we're out skating. We decide to get food at a burrito spot. So we're in line. Everyone's ordering their food, and the people in front of us is like the 6-foot tweaker and his friend, and they're just fucking being crazy rude to the lady. They're just like saying fucked up shit to her while she's taking the order and all this stuff. And we're all just standing there, and I can see Brian, and Brian's already having a hard time because he's been arguing with Seamus, who was the team manager, because we went to like a church skate spot, and Brian like didn't want to skate there and was like in the van and shit, so there's like tension already. Brian's like on edge, and Brian's in line seeing this tweaker like doing crazy shit, and then we sit down, and next thing I hear is like, yo, Brian's choking a dude out in the parking lot. So we're like, what the fuck? I get up, and I just have my burrito, and I just like peeled it back halfway, you know, about to bite in, and I go out the door, and same thing, dude. I just run out, and Brian's choking upwards because the guy's way bigger than him, and he's choking him, and I fucking run out the door, and my instinct is just take the burrito and threw bean and cheese, hot bean and cheese, hit the dude right in the face.
I love
Boom! Brian's choking him, hitting him, and beating the bean and cheese off of the guy. Yeah, the tweaker, dude. We fucking get into this brawl and fucking scrambling. We get everyone in the van after the fight, basically. We get everyone, Seamus corrals us all into the van, and we're driving away. And fucking Brian's got this look in his eye like I've never seen on anyone. It was like a madness. His eyes were like gleaming, and he was like laughing because he was so high on adrenaline, and he was already like going
through shit
already. Yeah, so he's doing this like evil, like crazy laugh, and he's like, he's in awesome. The van, and we're all cracking up too. But Brian's like louder than everyone because he's just like losing his mind. And all of a sudden we hear a ringing. It's like ding, ding, ding. We're like, what the fuck? Everyone looks. Brian goes. And he fucking pulls out the guy's phone. He somehow in the tussle, he had the guy's phone in his pocket. And Brian's like, what do I do? What do I do? He's like, fuck it. Rolls the window down, fucking throws it out the window. He's like, they're going to track us.
I would have answered that shit.
I know.
What up, dog?
And then we just fucking drive off.
Yeah.
It was crazy chaos, though. But same thing, like just fucking hit someone.
Dude, you get away with shit like that.
Bean
like,
and cheese.
You do some shit like that now, we'd be like you'd be fucked.
Oh yeah.
You know
well,
what I mean?
if you do it where
Depends,
we did it, we were in the
yeah.
middle of like the desert, like burrito shop. No one's catching us.
Where I live, Hartford, man, you can get away with that shit.
Yeah.
Cops are like, man, I got other shit to worry. Homicides and murders, you know what I mean? Like all kinds of shit. You know, the Heaven Skate Park, the stomping ground, man. Some wild shit happens there sometimes.
Oh yeah. You can tell. Hartford's definitely got
that place, man. We're doing an event tomorrow.
Yeah, and you guys actually have a new deck that's dropping really soon.
Sir.
Shout out to Heaven.
Shout out to Heaven. That's a story too. It's in my bio, but like me and Tim were the ones that named that place.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was up near the north end of Hartford, and it was like just ledges that they just built. They were trying to make a nice little park.
This was before it was a park. Yeah.
We skated that place almost a year before anyone knew about it.
Legend.
Like just waxing the shit with a religious candle.
All the curved ledges and stuff. And
I filmed his Black Label part in there.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, the crooked nose grind around it.
Yeah.
Like all that. I filmed the train station stuff too.
Right.
Did
he tag you?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, not back then. Shit, no. No, he was sleeping at my house enough. That was fine with me.
People would be so mad.
I know, right? Like I filmed all that. Like, it was like, you know. But yeah, no, it's like we nicknamed it that, and I was just like, I was there one day. And I was like, dude, this is like heaven. We don't get kicked out, and it was gnarly back then. Like Heaven now, you can go there, and it's a mix of community. It's like, but it's in an area. North End is really bad.
Yeah.
Back then, skating, you know, it was like we were up in an area, dude, we were getting bottles thrown at us and like shit like that. Now, it's like the skaters took over and the community, graffiti, all that. So now it's like nothing like that happens.
Yeah.
You might get little beefs here and there with people, but like we were skating it when, like, what the fuck are you doing here, white boy?
It was like when the homeless crackheads ran the show.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
and now it's like, you know, but now it's huge. I mean, they do little movies there. They do hip hop shows and breakdancing and videos and like modeling shit there.
Yeah.
Just because of all the graffiti and stuff.
There was a girl that came the day we went there, and she just went there to dance, and she was just getting drunk and dancing. It was sick.
Oh, there's a ton of that going on.
I filmed her.
Yeah, it's wild.
She was doing crazy dancing.
Dude, the park could have been so much better.
Yeah.
Dave hooked it up though with the ledges.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that did the angle iron.
Oh, okay.
But like when I had my shop, I had reached out to Tony Hawk and was like, "Hey, you can donate some money," and they did, and the city fucking like took some of it.
The Tony Hawk Foundation,
yeah, they took some of it. So they had like a ton of money built, and then I'm watching it be built, and there's like styrofoam and shit was breaking. I'm like, yo, I know you guys had more money than this.
Yeah.
That park could have been so much better. But I mean, beggars can't be choosers, man. They got something.
They got you by the balls.
And all that graffiti's there. Because I had we went to this meeting with the mayor and stuff, and I was like, dude, not for nothing, all this graffiti could be all over your downtown.
That's true.
So, you know.
You need a space.
You need the space to do. And so it's kind of become like the communities for art and skating and all that. So.
Is there etiquette or people beef over the graffiti?
You know, I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Unless I guess it's
people
like
would go over
unless you go over your shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really involved in that. But I don't think so. One of my boys tags there, like does his stuff there, but he's like famous.
Yeah.
His tag is like Guesser or Guess or something like that. He's nasty as fuck.
That's sick.
So he's like off limits. Like nobody touches his shit.
That's dope.
Yeah. But he doesn't really go there a lot. But he's like all over the place though. Philly. He goes to like Italy. It's crazy.
I feel like I've heard the name.
I'm
not
Guesser.
even into graffiti.
It's probably been everywhere.
Yeah.
Nasty ass dude. Yeah. I remember with him. He grew up next to me in West Hartford. He grew up a couple houses away, went to school together, and the first day he was like, I'm going to be a graffiti artist, and he did this tag, and I'm like, man, that shit sucks. I'm like, you ain't going to do shit with this shit. Fast forward later, he's like the best in the world almost. He's like nasty as fuck.
That's awesome.
He's like an art teacher now, too.
That's cool.
Yeah. I looked at it, I was like,
I love if someone finds something when they're young and they know that's what they want.
Yeah.
Because that's how I felt. I was like, when I found skateboarding, I was like, fuck, nothing else. Nothing else.
Yeah.
And then the whole world tells you.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't do that. You can't make money. You can't figure it out.
And then you do, and it's like,
it's like, exactly. And it's like, you can.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to work. They don't want to put the work in, so they just tell you it's impossible.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, you just got to work. We got to work harder and more and give a fuck more than the majority of people, you know?
Like kids now with skating, too. Like, winter comes, and, you know, we live East Coast. Winter comes, they're like, oh, I'm done. I can't skate. I'm like, dude, we were in New York City, mittens on skating. That's how bad we wanted it. Like, skating ledges in fucking 2-degree weather. Like, kids don't do that now.
I look at that in the team riders, too. I'm like, because I have, like, this unquenchable desire to just keep doing it, you know? So, like, I'm kind of a harsh judge.
Yeah.
I'm almost too much. Like, I'm a weird outlier where I'm just fucking psychotic with it. Like, I'm fucking 41 and I still keep skateboarding like it's fucking my dream. Like, I was 12.
I'm like, we're going to take a trip to, like, Tampa or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
you get it.
I'm like, we're going to get a hotel and we're going to crash on the floor and whoever gets the beds and that's it. I'm not paying for 10 rooms. Like, what do you think, what do you think this is? You're going to rough it and I'm going to show you what it was like.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And you're going to have fun.
So, like, with team riders, when they come, I'm like, I kind of gauge them. I'm like, you got to, like, I know I'm, like, a harsh judge, but it's like, you got to have a lot of fire and drive, and you got to sacrifice certain things. Not everything, but...
It builds backbone and character.
I was, like, unhealthy with it to the point where I just, like, neglected other aspects of my life for skating, which you don't necessarily have to do.
Yeah.
But I got good so fast. Like 4 years, I was like already doing shit that pros weren't doing at some point, you know. But it was 4 years to concentrate. Like, I'm doing this.
Look at the ones that grow up tough and they grind and look how they come out. Like, rest in peace, Keenan Milton. That dude grew up. Him and Huff too. Like, Keenan grew up in New York in a bad area. Keenan's got a style that no one will even touch today.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? And it's like, but he worked his ass off for it.
Yeah,
you know, all them dudes did. But like, you know, coming out of New York and shitty area, being raised by your grandmother.
Yeah.
You know, and he busted his ass, and unfortunately, what happened? You know.
So. Yeah, so it's like watching kids nowadays, and when they want to be sponsored. Like, I have people hit me up all the time. They want to be sponsored, and I'm like, I get it. I could hook everyone up, and like everyone has value and whatnot, but like, I really want to find those people that have that like desire and drive to really do it. Not just like, hey, this is a pastime for me. It's like, no, like I want to find the ride or die people that are like, you know, let's fucking do this. Because like that's how you get shit done. You get a dream built, and we could actually do it like where people get paid, and there's actually we're traveling in buses and fucking doing demos, and like, if you find enough of those people that are like believe in a vision, you can actually grow the shit.
You can
but
do
you
something
need
really
that.
good.
You need that driving force. You know, everyone wants to be sponsored, but they don't
want to put the work in.
They don't want to do what it takes to get there. And it's like the bar's been set high for a reason because you guard your shit. Like I guard my shit because I work so fucking hard for it. That's why we are where we're at. So like, I want to find other people that want to have that fire. You know, if it's just some fucking blase part-time shit, it's kind of hard to like really hit those heights. I'll
sell you a board cheap, and you know I might give you one, but like that's it, man. I'm happy with 5 dudes on my team like that bust their ass. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Keep it tight.
So like, that's all I'm saying is like I watch, and it's like I pay attention, and I'm like, all right, like I hooked up people in the past, and I'm like, when you find someone that has a spark, but it's hard. You got to find someone with the talent, the drive, and the vision, and the dream. You know? And it's like a lot of things got to come together. And they got to have that work ethic, which like
that's why I tell we were just talking Franco. My rider Franco, he Colombia, you know, was in like a military for a year, like out there. As a
mad young.
He's 20 years old right now. So this is we're talking. Maybe he was like 17. You know, he's still learning the language and all that, but he works his ass off. He's humble, and that's why I told him, I'm like, dude, this is a stepping stone. I was like, if somebody picks you up, another company that could do more for you, take it. And he's like, no, I want to stay with Ironhide. And I'm like, dude, I'll kick you off. Like, straight up, dude. You get a big name knocking on your door. I was like, you can still ride for the hardware company.
Go for it.
A big name knocks on the door, you take that shit. Or I will kick you off.
That's literally what happened.
Like, straight up.
That's literally what happened to me. I was riding for Fibro, and same thing. It's like my family, and they were small then. You know, they're not where they are at now. And same thing, like Birdhouse. Donnie hit me up, Birdhouse. Like, I'm like, and I had to break up with Fibro, which was like the hardest thing.
It sucks.
But it was that decision. It's like, gotta fucking, how can I pass this up?
And then you've had people that, you know, if you're going to go do that and they're like, well, fuck you, everything I did for you. I'm not like that. I'm just like, nah, man, take that shit, go. Go.
Steve was like that too. I mean? He was a little butthurt because he did help us and invest a lot of time. But Steve Rodriguez from Fibro, he was like a little upset, but he didn't really show it. He told me afterwards, but he was like my father figure, so he's mad supportive. And he's like, you got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do, man.
Which is huge. Which is good if you have someone that has your back like that.
I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. That's why, like, my filmer, P, Sippin' Mud.
I
mean, he films. He likes to film. That's the thing. He skates when he can, but he gives it all. And his family's from Sudan, like some gnarly shit. Like when you think your life's rough, that's soldier kids.
There's
like
levels.
Shit like that.
There's
crazy,
levels.
crazy shit.
No infrastructure is a lot rougher.
So, but it's going good for now. You know, I mean, we'll see what happens. Spring, summer. Another year, you know?
Yeah, dude. I feel like, you know, like when I talk to you, I was like, when I find people that I feel like are in it for the right reason. Like, I don't make boards for everyone, you know, because I got 3 brands that are doing well, you know, like they're successful in their own right. And I'm able to manage it all. And it's like, I don't just open the floodgates and try to do it as like, I'm going to do private label for everyone. It's not like, wasn't ever my vision. But like when I find people that seem like a real human that love skating and grew up skating, I'm like, let's do it so that you can actually do it without having to like have a big minimums and stuff like that. Like I'm trying to work with you to do it so that it's sustainable and you don't have to like go into debt and like worry about all this stuff. Like you can do it in increments and inches add up. Like I'd rather go slow and help you grow it and work together.
I want to stockpile for the winter, man. Get ready for spring.
Like I'd rather it stay fun and you keep working. And same with everything I do. Like just do it so that you can manage, and then over time it'll grow and you'll find the right pieces to help you and manage it and support it. And we'll grow together.
That's why when Tato said it, he was like, he's like, I don't know if he'll do it right, Joe. And I was like, it was still all new. And I was like, hopefully. And you were like, hell yeah, man, like whatever. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, because my thing is I just want to surround myself with people that have that drive and fire and that actually live
Tato.
Tato's
he's the man.
He's never gonna stop.
Yeah, Tato's the man.
Yeah, like, and I don't like I said, I'm crazy, so like I know cash rules everything around me, but like I also know that like people are more valuable than money.
100%.
So like you find the right people, it's like, well, we can figure out how to do this so you break even, and then it'll grow over time, and then you'll make money. You know? And
exactly.
But the more brains and more passion together, higher we can go. You know?
Doing events and stuff like that.
Yeah, like,
I think we're strong. I mean, I know the companies out there, like the big ones, like the big brands, Baker, Deathwish, all that stuff. I know that's like that's what's going on. But I like our stuff. I think is the core, the heart of what's really going on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It keeps the ground level going. Like they already made it. They already, you know, they could charge whatever they want and do whatever they want. We're the ones that are like, hey, let's do this little event and bring people together and let's do this, and it doesn't have to be a crazy demo, and you know what I mean. Like it feels right.
Yeah,
you know, it feels real.
There's nothing like what we got going on the East Coast.
I've always said that.
Yeah,
I mean, no disrespect to the West Coast or anything like that. East Coast skaters are built way different.
Way different.
It's
different. It's just different here.
It is. Yeah. It's just, you know.
I've lived on the West Coast. I know.
Oh yeah, I've been out there. It's just both, like this is cool, but man, some of them cats I've never even seen snow.
I know.
I was like, you have no idea what's going on, dude.
Yeah. You've never had to shovel your fucking driveway at 4 a.m. after not sleeping.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You're all beat up from
Try
skating.
to go skate with mittens on and shit. And,
fucking hell.
Yeah. I mean, you know, but I think it makes tough. Ironhide, man.
Yeah. And like, there's nothing like what we got going as far as like the skateboard business here, because like, it's just skateboarders building this up. All I need distribution, basically.
Hell yeah.
You know, World, Spare, all I need, the artists, all the brands that I work with, and the shops that we do decks for. And
it's awesome.
There's no one else doing it like this on the East Coast. Like
I can't think of anyone.
The only thing was Zoo York. Zoo York was like the biggest East Coast company, and they were like legit for a long time. And then they just sold out, went corporate, which was amazing because I got a ride for them and travel the world and shit. But then now they're a shell of themselves. You ever see their Instagram now?
Dude, it's weird.
Fucking sad.
It's like what?
It's not even a skater running that
it's
Instagram.
Not, dude.
It's so sad.
It's weird looking.
If someone out there has anything to do with New York, please hit me up. I want to help in any capacity.
It's off looking.
The fall from where it was from mixtape to where it is now is so depressing.
The hitter, Harold Hunter, like hitters, dude, hitters.
It's insane, dude.
And then like the energy it was.
Just to get, I don't know, like, I get they sold the brand and it went off and up, but some skater needs to have their hand on that brand so it can get back to some resemblance of itself. It's so depressing.
And the thing is, you're going to tell me that they can't, it's New York, dude. It's gnarly skaters.
So many epic humans.
You could bring that right back to what it was.
All you need is one dude to be running it.
100%.
That's it.
100%.
They don't even have a skateboarder running the thing.
That's crazy to me. That's wild.
So depressing.
Especially with that brand, too. Yeah. That's like a historic brand.
But that's like what I'm saying is like there's nothing like that. Like that's how All I Need started, was just skaters doing it, and it's raw and just like humble beginnings and like building it up, and like there's no other brands on the East Coast like that come together like we're doing it, you know? Like
not at all.
It's insane, man.
Yeah.
So what's in Heaven? The Heaven event's coming up, right?
Tomorrow, October 26th at 12 to. It says 12 to 5, but we go all night. Like,
well, I'll promote it on my social because this This ain't gonna go online for a little while, so
Yeah.
we won't actually be able to get. If you're listening,
Yeah,
you missed it.
You missed it. You missed it. Damn. Yo, thanks for tagging me, bro.
Yeah, totally. But I'll promote it after we're done here.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good event though. We got vendors and all kinds of stuff going on. Donations. I got stuff from you, Be Easy, Hardware City.
Sick.
Stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's gonna be good.
Cool, man. Anything else? Cover it all?
Man, that's about it, man. Till next time.
I was gonna say
some mad stories.
Do round 2.
Yeah, man. I'll bring Franco the team up here or something like that.
Yeah.
Put one of these idiots on.
We'll have to rig up other mics. I got multiple mics. We'll figure it out.
You got a tall one for P. Dude's like sitting here like this big.
Hell yeah, Jamie. Well, I appreciate everything, man.
You too, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate what you're doing, man, and it's cool to watch.
Appreciate helping me, man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
No worries, man. Inches add up, dude. So
Yeah.
as long as you just keep your eyes on the prize and like get good people around you,
Hell yeah.
and make the moves where you can.
Yeah.
Don't overextend yourself.
Yep.
You'll be amazed at where it goes.
Hell yeah. Appreciate it, brother.
Fuck yeah. All right, people.
Bless.
Live your life.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Fucking Jacob Jensen calling you, motherfucker.